Introducing the all-new Corolla.
Congresswoman Madeleine Bordallo's congressional address began with a moment of silence in honor of one of her predecessors, the late former Congressman Ben Blas, who passed away in January.
Thank you. As a congressman, Ben Blas set an example as a leader who could set aside differences, commit to doing what is right for our people, and find common ground to improve the quality of life on this island that we all love so dearly. It is in this spirit that I join you tonight to update you on my work in Congress.
Finding Common Ground was the title of her speech, and the theme ran throughout as she spoke about the divisions in Washington where extremists, she said, have shown they would rather shut down the federal government than make tough compromises.
The new normal is a federal budget that is shrinking while our obligations continue to grow. Extremists in Congress have shown that they would rather shut down the federal government than make tough compromises. In the end, reason and compromises won the day. We face the same challenges, but we have one big advantage. We don't hate each other.
She spoke of significant progress on the military buildup, citing the recent passage of the Defense Authorization Bill.
The President's budget for fiscal year 2015 contains $128 million in funding for Guam military infrastructure. That is a significant amount of investment in a year where the total military construction budget saw a 40% reduction from the previous year.
However, frustration remains over the Guam World War II Loyalty Recognition Act.
Yet, despite finding an offset that is budget neutral and satisfying every other concern that has been raised by conservatives in Congress, passing war claims continues to be a difficult task. The truth is, many conservatives will continue to object to this bill on purely ideological grounds, and no arguments of moral obligation or social injustice will change their views. But I pledge to you that I will continue to fight so that our Manamco receive the recognition they justly deserve.
Bordallo was, however, hopeful about the possibility of a China visa waiver.
We continue to work through security concerns that some federal agencies have with expanding the program to Chinese tourists. As I stated last year, I believe there are reasonable and workable mitigations to their concerns. I am encouraged to see new leadership at the Department of Defense and the Department of Homeland Security, and I look forward to continuing to work with them on this critical issue for our island's tourism industry.
But the Congresswoman also noted the impact of the Compacts of Free Association, which she said continue to weigh heavy on the island's general fund.
The reality is that our local government cannot continue to bear the current costs for providing social services to compact migrants. While we continue to push the federal government to increase the compact assistance, given the fiscal challenges in Washington today, we must find alternative solutions that contribute to a more sustainable policy.
And the issue of political status and self-determination, she said, remains the most important long-term goal for Guam.
Undoubtedly, there are differences in how self-determination should move forward, but we must find common ground to finally move the process along.
Common ground, it's the difference, concluded Bordallo, between the gridlock in Washington and the compromise Guam is capable of.
We respect each other, and we recognize that differences of opinion or differing policies do not make us enemies. We will always be neighbors, friends, and relatives, and we will always share Guam as our common ground. Thank you, Si Diyos Masi, maraming salamat po, God bless Guam, and God bless the United States of America.
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.